Hello, welcome to the walkthrough of my free Looker Studio template for GA4 e-commerce data. This dashboard allows you to monitor, report on, and analyze the performance of your e-commerce store. You have the date range here. The default date range we selected is last month, but you can click on it to change the date range using any of these options. You can also select advanced. You have multiple options here. The same thing applies to this one, and then you can select minus or plus. Also, you can also select the dates from here. You can click on it to select the year, select the month, anything you want. And then you have multiple filters here. You have session source and medium to analyze the dashboard. By session source and medium, you can select just one, or you can select multiple. And then you have the device category, you have the landing page filter, and then you have the advanced landing page filter. So this allows you to add for more granular and deep analysis. So you can say you only want landing page that contain a certain words or multiple words, and you can change contains to equal, start with, regex, and then in. So if you know how to use regex, it will be even more powerful use case for this advanced filter. And then you have the key e-commerce metrics here. You have total revenue, you have the average revenue per user, you have the average order value, you have the transaction, the conversion rate, and then you have the sessions here. And then each of these KPIs cards are comparing the current value for the selected date range, which is last month, to the previous month. The time of recording this video is December of 2025, which means the last month is November, as you can see here, of 2025, which means it is comparing this current value to October of 2025. This chart shows your performance over the last 13 months. The default metric here is total revenue, but you can change that to any of the other key metric here. But you can also combine them. So you can combine total revenue and average revenue per user, but you can also select average revenue per user on its own. The same thing apply to average order value, but you can also select average order value by itself. So you can click on the back arrow key to go back to the default metric, which is total revenue, as you can see here. And then you have the time series chart, which showing performance of each of these key metrics on a daily basis. That's the default option. And then the default metric here is total revenue, and again you can change the metric here from total revenue to any of the key metrics. So you can also combine them. You don't just need to change them, you also combine them, so you can see each of those metrics compared to the previous period. So you can click on the back arrow key again. Not just that, you can see other than the daily breakdown, you can see the weekly breakdown by clicking on this down arrow key. You can see the weekly performance of each of these key metrics. And again, if you click the back arrow, the down arrow key again, you can see the monthly breakdown. So you can see November compared to October of 2025. So it's showing only 1 month here because we only select last month from the selected date range. So if you select multiple months here, let's say from September of 2025 to the end of November of 2025, click apply. You can see we select 91 days and it's comparing to the previous 91 days. This applies to the time series chart too. So you can see November compared to August, so 91 days compared to the previous 91 days. October compared to the previous 91, which is July, and then you can see September compared to the previous 91 days, which is June. So that's how to use the time series chart. And then again, this chart, you can click on reset it to go back to the default settings for every chart on the dashboard. So this chart is showing the top 12 session source per medium for this particular e-commerce store. So you can default metric here is total revenue. So you are seeing the top 12 channels by revenue. on for this is also showing the daily breakdown for the selected time range. You can change the metric you want to see, the top 12 session source per medium for, but you cannot combine them unlike the other two charts. And then you can click the down arrow here to see the weekly view again, and then again the monthly view. So you can see actually how the top 12 are performed over the for the particular month. So, and lastly, for this, you have the table here. So this is showing all the key metric, how each of these key metric are performing for key dimensions. The default one is session source per medium, but you can click the up arrow key to drill up to channel group, which is organic search, email, page search. You can click the back arrow key to go back to the default dimension, which is session source per medium. But you can also click on the down arrow key to see performance by other dimension like landing page, and then device category, and then new versus returning users. This allows you to see how allow you to analyze user behavior, how new user behavior and the returning users behaving. What's the performance by different device category? So that's all now to use this free e-commerce Looker Studio dashboard. You can click on the link in the comment or in the description to get a free copy of this dashboard. Once you can get the link, click on this menu icon, click on make a copy, and then select your GA4 property. Click on it, and then click add to report, then click copy report. This will take a few seconds. Allow Looker Studio to do its thing. And there you have it. You have a free copy of the GA4 e-commerce dashboard. If you this is just a free, this if you want just basic reporting, monitoring and analysis, this dashboard will do. But if you want something more advanced, you can check our website, check our Looker Studio template for e-commerce to be specific, so you can analyze, you can do more granular and advanced or deeper analysis into your e-commerce data. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.